Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Gabby, your cozy storyteller who loves diving deep into characters and the secrets that they may carry. I'm super excited today because we're kicking off something new. A fresh new Sims series called Veilwood Manor. It's going to be part mystery, part drama, and all kinds of cozy chaos. If you've seen the show The Traitors, it is heavily inspired by that game, and I will be going over the rules in the future. Over the next few weeks, I'll be releasing videos introducing you to each member of the cast, starting with Selene here today. She's a private investigator turned poet, and trust me, she's got secrets that'll just keep you guessing. Once all the characters are introduced, I'll dive into the big Veilwood Manor build, where I'll share the history of the house and how the game will play out. If you love stories with layers, twists, and just the right amount of mystery, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss a single clue. Alright, it's time to meet Selene. Selene's work as a private investigator was nothing like the flashy detective stories you might expect. She wasn't chasing down criminals in neon-lit alleyways or making big busts on TV. Her cases were quiet and small, often the kind no one wanted to talk about. Missing persons, family secrets, hidden debts, the kind of stories whispered behind closed doors or buried in forgotten corners of small towns. She had a gift for noticing what others didn't. The way someone avoided eye contact, the slight hesitation before an answer, or the stories told in silence rather than in words. Her strength wasn't brute force. It was patience, observation, and a sharp mind that pieced together puzzles that no one else saw. But there's a kind of loneliness in that work, constantly peeling back layers, but never fully revealing what you find. And Selene knew that better than anyone. But there was one case. One single case. The kind that leaves its mark on you forever. A woman vanished, and there was no ransom, no threats, and no reason that anyone could understand. Selene chased that disappearance through months and months of dead ends and half-truths. She talked to people who wanted to forget, friends who lied to protect themselves, and strangers who held pieces of the story they'd never tell. What she uncovered wasn't just a missing person, it was a network of secrets tangled deep in fear and silence. When Selene realized just how vast and dark that web was, she stepped away. But even as she walked away, she couldn't stop seeing the story unfold in her mind, in shadows and whispers. Poetry became her new language, a way to tell stories without giving them away. Her verses are riddles, coded messages meant for those who know how to read between the lines. They aren't just art. They're carefully crafted signals, warnings, and sometimes traps. Selene uses poetry strategically. When direct words might put her in danger, her poems say exactly what needs to be said, but only to the right people. Each line, each metaphor, is layered with meaning, a warning to allies, a challenge to enemies, and a veil to hide her true thoughts. Here's one of her poems she shared anonymously on a forum, a piece that hints at the woman she chased and the silence that followed. In the stillness where the shadows fold, a name unspoken, a story untold. Whispers travel through hollow halls, echoes trapped behind veiled walls. Eyes that vanish, a ghost's last breath, dancing softly with silent death. Seek the silence, find the clue. Truth's a riddle, only few pursue. But those words are more than just poetry. They're part of a web she's weaving, a game she's playing in the shadows. Sometimes she leaves a poem where her enemies will see it, planting doubt, stirring paranoia, or sending them chasing ghosts. Other times, she sends a line to a trusted friend, signaling safety or danger without ever speaking aloud. Her poetry keeps her safe. It lets her move through Veilwood Manor's dangerous halls without revealing her hand too soon. It's a delicate dance, using words to protect herself while unraveling the truth. And it's one she's learned to master with patience and precision. Here's the thing. Selene doesn't know yet whether she's a traitor or a faithful. If she's a traitor, her strategy will be subtle manipulation, planting seeds of doubt through her poems and actions, staying calm under pressure, never revealing her hand too early, and using misdirection to protect herself while quietly chipping away at the faithful's trust. If she's faithful, she'll play a long game of observation and careful communication. Using her poetic code to signal allies without giving away plans to traitors, she'll listen more than she talks, trust sparingly, and strike only when she's sure the timing is right. Either way, Selene is a player who thrives in gray areas, never black or white, always 2 steps ahead, watching from the shadows and ready to adapt as the game unfolds. Veilwood Manor is a place of secrets, shadows, and stories waiting to be told. And Selene? She's just the beginning. If you're intrigued by her story and want to see how everything unfolds, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's so much more to come, more characters, the mansion reveal, and twists that'll keep you guessing. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, keep your questions sharp and your eyes open.